Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ECAC. It's week 2. We're back with more Valorant, and we're in the Titans division. We got a matchup between Utica University and Wichita State. It's been a minute since we saw Wichita State. Last time we saw them, it was in the grand finals of the Titans division last fall. Unfortunately, they went down to Columbia College, but starting with a 1-0 record and a win over Ball State Red, they're having a strong start to the season. Meanwhile, Utica is sitting at 0-1. They had a loss last week to Kaiser University, but they're looking to bounce back here. It's going to be a very exciting but pretty tough matchup overall. There's a lot to look forward to, and I'm excited to see some of these players again.
Yeah, same here. I think we saw some great things from Wichita last time, and I'm excited to see how they've grown and developed in this season, even so early on.
Yeah, and one thing to note is I am seeing a different name on the roster this time around. I'm seeing Bullseye. Don't know if he's a new addition or a sub, but he'll be playing for Wichita State today. I'm assuming he's going to slot into that duelist role, replacing the previous player in that position. But we'll see in just a couple of seconds. We do also have our map picks already. Utica starting off on Haven with Wichita on the attack, and then we have Wichita's pick being Fracture. Utica deciding to start on the defense, and then map 3, if we need it, will go to Split.
Yeah. Once again, I love like all of these maps, honestly. They are some of my favorite maps in the game. Fracture has a special place in my heart, and I've said many times on stream before how I feel about Haven.
Yeah, Haven is going to be an absolute fun watch, and we are starting off right into Agent Select. It's been pretty kind of normal overall, but I am seeing the Yoru locked in. We've been looking at this current patch, this current update, and this current meta, and right now it seems like the duelist role is the one that gets flexed the most.
Yeah. You really see it developing and changing here on different maps as we see different controllers being used and sorry, not controllers, different initiators being used with the new Agent Tejo coming out.
Yeah, it's a nice balanced period of time right now. We're gonna see a lot more Yoru around, and we're seeing him here. We've seen what Yoru could do in the past. The fast rotates on a map like Haven with 3 sites is essential at times, since it just lets you get to that retake that much faster, or even help Spike from going down in the first place. It's just a little bit more tempo, a little bit more pace. We are seeing Thiessen actually looking to be on maybe Jet or Yora here, so taking over that duelist rule instead. And Marv is locking in that breach. I think that's something that I'm not entirely surprised by. He did look pretty solid last time we saw him on that initiator role, so it should be pretty cool. Again, I don't know if Bullseye is the normal player in this roster or if he's just a new addition, but I'm excited to see what his Sova can bring.
Definitely. We finally have all players locked in with Utica having locked in their players beforehand, and now Wichita having locked in due to time difference. But with all of them locked in, we see a pretty similar lineup here, with the only difference being in that duelist, as people are trying to figure out teams figuring out a new duelist to play. As we saw, Neon
Yeah.
had the nerf recently, and that seemed to take a lot of players off guard and have to find a new duelist to become comfortable with and play here. And I do think Yoru is a pretty good substitute, as as you said, quick rotations and being able to get across the map pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it's essential, and it's again a very interesting position we're in with the duelist meta right now, because Neon was running the show for quite a while, especially on Haven, and the traditional pick back in the good old days was Op. You're gonna see, or sorry, Jet with that Op, looking down A long and C. So I'm excited to see if we're gonna get to see some opping out of Thiessen or not, and it looks like Cypher can be the sentinel of choice for both these teams here. Nothing too surprising there. Was kind of the old meta pick along with KJ. But I think, Tejo, something that's not being locked on Haven, which is a little refreshing because I have a feeling we're going to be seeing him for the rest of the day. There we go. First fight right on this A site on Haven. Cam's already taking Wizard out. It's traded out by Manx, and Bullseye. A nice shock dart there to take Manx out. Henzo finding Marv. It's one inside of Graffiti, taken care of by Joey. Now in a 3v2. Spike's still not down, but could hold so far from Oh my gosh, I'm tripping. From Utica. But yeah, I mean, really, really nice A hold on this pistol. Spike going all the way to the opposite site. And now with that info, we're going to start seeing Wichita move over. Oh my gosh, Sui. Oh my gosh, Sui. He finds all three. Okay, just the insertion into heaven catches them all by surprise.
Definitely one. I mean, how would you expect that, having seen or hear Spike going down on C or even B at that point, and not expecting one of your Sentinel of all people to be in heaven there and waiting for it, and just really good trigger discipline right there, letting the Yoru pass even though had low health, just to ensure to get the breach out on time.
I mean, what a absolutely ballsy play from Sui. But down a man, you gotta go for something, and he made it look fantastic. I'm sure Utica probably reeling from that, but it looks like they have another stack here on A site. So that's what Thiessen might walk straight into. See the stun being held. Marv actually, yeah, there it goes. Hits release. Here comes the swing, and here comes the firepower. The dart is perfect. Thiessen still finds two though with that ghost. I have no idea how they managed to capitalize on that situation, but it's a man advantage for Wichita. Have good the firepower to capitalize as well. Just Manx alone on this C site. Here's plenty of feet coming, and Sui's gonna see him, but the shots go wayward. Still settles that crosshair. Takes down Manx. Team reposition, recollect. Mike goes down.
Right here.
Slowly they're working out of garage. They're gonna give a lot of info, and Sui, good timing on the swing. They see Joey. I'm just gonna pre-fire that corner. Nothing he can really do. I mean, 4 alive and just a classic in hand. This round's all about over.
Revealing area.
As we hear, like, tick down and time expire, it's just gonna be the breach ending. And oh, actually, never mind. He lets Cams get the kill, which is actually an orb over. I guess it's on the Omen, so it's not that impactful, but not necessarily want to be given over.
I mean, not much you can do in that situation in a 1v4 where all you have is a classic. You're outmanned, you're outgunned. It would take a miracle at that point to get anything done there. But was able to take out the Jet on his way out, which I suppose is something better than nothing.
That's so
Yeah, and again, I think it's actually probably a net win there with the breach getting an orb and the Omen getting an orb. I honestly want more breach ults than I do want Omen ults, so not a terrible result. They did a little bit of damage, only one going down, but they do now. They're on an anti-eco, and just trying to run away here, and bonus seen in an off angle, and it kind of stuck, but able to teleport away. Off that, looks like Shaw gonna try to find success elsewhere on the map. Showy playing with fire just a little bit. Info gained. Players still not rotating off this A site though. The smoke in garage should be the tip off. Here it goes. They're trying to walk in. Enzo trying to find a crazy timing, but he's body blocked by the Omen. Cams was trying to play smoke, so didn't do anything, and Manx on site is just finding everyone. Finally traded out by Marv. It's just 2 alive. Oh, the flash comes out, but it's not perfect. Marv able to find that pick, but finally taken down by Pristine. It's just the Cypher down C long, and Pristine gonna take that one all day. Nice shot there to end that round, and able to convert on the economic advantage. Get their first on the board is Utica.
Yeah, we saw right there Sui as the Cypher here, really being able to hold down that site and keep it up. That's Sui, I'm sorry, am I saying the wrong person, Manx? My
Yeah,
apologies.
yeah.
This is
My
a nice
apologies.
spot.
Megs, as a Cypher, able to
Rifle's
hold
there.
down that site and keep them off. Well, not off, but keep them from getting spiked down and really holding it down while the team rotated over.
Right here.
Here we go. It's back towards this A site. They're too scared of Megs. Did too well last round, and they're gonna try to catch Pristine out here. They know he's gonna be looking aggressive. They already lit up a little bit. Here comes the stun, and he walks into it. Never mind, just times it perfectly and catches Teason, who may have been stunned up by his own teammate. Not 100% sure, but either way, first blood going the way of Utica. Joey positioned with the flashpoint, ready for first engage.
Blinding.
Dean is rotated all the way to B site, trying to cover up grass. Maybe catch these rotates. I think he has the exact right idea. Gonna be a lot of noise and info gained here as two of the pot shots going through B. Bullseye throwing out garage for that sofa drone.
Shot's done.
A lone player with the spike. Disconnected from everybody. I think they feel comfortable here. Cam
30 seconds
shouldn't
left.
be. That stun comes way too late. Just off-timed. And Wizard gets a free one. Marv dumping the whole kitchen sink. Not getting much for it. Joey just going to try to delay the entry. And they're going to do just that as Wizard cleans up house. And they're up on even terms.
Yeah, we've seen these slow plays from Wichita right now. Kind of not sure, poking and prodding at different sites. We saw Spike being separated from the rest of their team at one point, which was a pretty risky move there. And just kind of not really feeling all too committed, not doing... I'm assuming there's a little bit of communication error here and there with that late stun and having Spike be so disconnected from the rest of the team.
This should do.
Just probably getting back into the groove of things right now.
Yeah, and you'd expect a little bit of... Actually, you know what? This kind of makes sense. We're seeing Utica, you know, on defense here. This is their map pick. We don't know how much practice Wichita has on this map. It looks like it's not the best drilled. So far, these retakes and cycles have been pretty solid by Utica. Right now, causing a lot of problems. It's just the Stingers and the Sheriffs taking names, dropping bodies, and Cam, a nice flash, prevent the retake once more. Bullseye gets spiked down.
Enemy mark.
And it's just these two left alive for Utica. Shock dart, finding much value. Here comes the re-entry. Nice shot from Wizard. It's just Cam's alive, and okay. Joey and Wizard combining for the perfect retake. I have nothing to say there. That was just absolute perfection. The shots were flawless. The utility was solid.
Yeah, definitely. They both knew exactly where to point their crosshairs, exactly where to look for where the enemy team would be. And as you're saying, I do think that they very much have this knowledge of this map. As it was Utica's map pick, was able to really just figure out, like, they know this map very clearly. It's clear that they know what they're doing. They're confident here, and they're doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, I
Get
mean,
out of my way.
3 rounds in a row. And Joey is
One
just
enemy
finding
remaining.
everybody in window,
Spike
and top of
down
that,
mid.
Christine finds the other two, and it's just Sui left wondering what the hell happened. Everybody's gone. Everybody's dead. He's just all alone. Spike is just stranded in window. Disastrous round here. Was the one for Wichita to finally get back into things. All those rifles, all those vandals, all that money gone in an instant. And they only get one player. And look at this. I mean, Utica has every single ult on their team available. So it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Wichita's not too far out with their ultimates, only Teason being down, but entirely down and wasted an ult, I'm pretty sure last round, and just absolute destruction for Wichita at this point. They're down money, they're down even the ult economy, even just by one. It's not looking good for them in this next round.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
He's just trying to figure out a setup on C, and without much money. Gotta work with what you got. That shock dart to try to catch that trip in B main, but no Cypher here whatsoever. Enzo has to reposition, and Thiessen just finds first pick onto the breach. Been really aggressive in all the flashes. They actually don't find anything. It's Enzo trying to create some work, but these sheriffs doing a whole lot. It's just pristine.
I'm back.
In a 1v3. And what can you really do? He's caged off. Spike's still not down. I know exactly where he's at. Maybe trying to find a timing. Maybe trying to find one of these players. Through the smoke beat. Survives for now. Pre-fires. They know exactly where he's at. They smoke him off again, and it's just gonna be a deadly crossfire. All three gun him down. He had no chance. Good work back into this. An economic disadvantage. Wichita brings us back within one.
Yeah, I mean, Wichita made us eat our words here. We were talking about how last round spelled a bit of a disaster for them, and right now just bringing right back. I mean, they were able to get a lot more out of that than we thought they were. With, you know, perfectly placed crosshairs, able to then pick up the guns from those that they were able to kill pretty early on, and just bring it right back.
Yeah, surprisingly though, even after that round win, we see the timeout come out from Wichita State, so we'll see what Zenith is cooking up here and what they want to fix. I mean, obviously dropping 4 rounds in a row doesn't feel the greatest, especially when you're on Haven, a pretty attack-sided map. It's 3 sites, it's pretty easy to hit. So maybe just trying to go over these protocols, go over these, you know, macro strategies, and maybe just try to figure out a way to get Thiessen more involved. I mean, he isn't finding the frags that I think he wants. He's not being set up perfectly well. We talked about the mistimings on the utility, and that might be just holding them back right now.
Yeah, I think right now communication is really key for Wichita. Having those mistimings can usually be at least counteracted in some way with communication, actively making sure you're hitting your mark and knowing exactly when to call for util and using it to your advantage.
Yeah. But as we see here, Cam's just going to start off on these bricks, maybe looking for this push out of C long, and they're reading it perfectly. Henzo actually just going to duck inside a cubby, so that he'll be held, but it's just a default. Entire team just sitting back towards spawn. So we finally trying to take some space, just walk into garage. Actually, they find the Cypher cam.
Time to jump.
Dean does have that op train down seen long, but I don't think it's going to come into play this round. I think they're going to find the correct site. It's B. It's entirely open. There's just one pesky trip in the way, and as soon as they break it, it's going to be flooding the site. And here they go. And what are they going to find? Absolutely nothing. No one is here. No one is home. Site is completely free and clear, and yet Spike still not down. There's the Hunter's Fury. He's going to force Marv to get up. Actually lands on the bullseye. That's a big hit there. And Thiessen also getting tagged up. Makes to pick up the kill. Cams trades it out, but that's going to put a lot of wind in the sails of the defense as they try to fight back into this. Here comes the Rolling Thunder just to take over that CT control. The counter roll prevents all of that from happening, and meanwhile, Cams 3 kills so far in this round. Gonna have to take another 3K from Henzo in order to convert this. First shots aren't great, and the stun causing so many problems. The breach utility, the breach diff coming out from Marv, and well, we're back tied up even.
Yeah, it's a better place where you're at a better place for Wichita at this moment. You're tying it back up, you're getting here, but you probably did not want to drop those 4 rounds, especially at how back-to-back they were. Getting 4 rounds on defense for Utica must feel really good right now, and just want to keep poking and prodding and getting those rounds as best you can. Leaving B open was probably their biggest mistake in this, but with their stacking on A would have probably worked a lot better if they had gone A.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a decent idea. Okay, Pristine. That was a little bit ambitious. Eventually, you're gonna get punished for that. You've done it every single round. They know. What am I watching? Oh, he's blind. It doesn't matter. Okay, Teason. You know what? I will never question you again. The bad updraft, the bad dash. It doesn't matter. You know what? You just land those shots. You just know. And that's gonna be spiked or planted from R. But as I was saying, you know, I don't think that Utica was ready for this just complete brawl in CT getting to B. I think they had the right idea using the Hunter's Fury to prevent the spike from going down on B, and they wanted to try to go in for a retake with that Rolling Thunder, but it's just ult for ult, trade for trade, and now they're just completely left out of that last round, and now out of this round. You just see this 3v5, and they're just looking to save. I think that makes sense. Marv is just on a single piece of health, and I don't think he knows. Henzo, buddy, you hear the footsteps. Surely you don't. Surely you don't have the. Oh, you're just gonna hold. Oh my God. Okay, well, all good. A little bit of a jump scare.
Oh, that was a little scary there for a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Well.
Talk.
Ooh, that was an unexpected turn. Oof, I think saving was probably pretty smart there for Utica. Definitely pretty smart there for Utica to save and pull back from that full A push. I mean, there were too many players. You had lost too much in that beginning brawl in CT, and just wasn't going to be good economically to fight back against that.
They still just seem to like want to go for this Stewart's play, but right now it's just a fast rush onto C, and Megs had no chance. Enzo though does find the trade on that decent, so good refrag from him. They gotta try to re-clear Garage, and never mind, Enzo. Do what you like, man. You're just hitting every single shot. He finds a third. And he's looking for the last, but Pristine finally coming in with the support. And never mind, Bullseye. A lot of health. And he's gonna find the swing. It's a little bit fishy, but he gets it. It's a huge clutch from Bullseye in a 3v1, and somehow it just seems like Wichita, ever since just dropping those first couple of rounds, can't be stopped.
Yeah, they have found exactly what works for them, and they're going it. That timeout seemed to really help them. I mean, they were doing better before the timeout. They were kind of getting it back, but afterwards they have really started to find exactly what works for them and can keep going with it. Really close round there. Bullseye really pulling through for Wichita.
Yeah, just massive player. First time we've seen him on this roster. I don't remember if he was sub or not. Doesn't matter. He looks perfectly fantastic. This team looks like they're playing extremely well, and Wizard is currently just getting bullied as Decent rolls through and takes out everyone on site. A little bit of help from Cams, but one-man army right now looking for the last kill on a Manx. Oh my. Okay, Manx. Relax. We really have to do all of that. I don't think he knows, though. Yeah, Cam's free final pick. So, okay. Look, Utica is starting to get a little bit gross. You do have 4 rounds, so you can't feel too bad, but the 5th wouldn't be too terrible here. They should have guns after that last one, so we'll see what they can come up with. But I don't know what Wichita State changed. I don't know if you know what changed, but they just look like they're on fire all of a sudden.
No, I don't know what changed, but they certainly have got it back. They're definitely pulling through and getting it much more comfortable. They seem much more communicative and really have found whatever is working for them.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, and this is the form we kind of expected from a team that ended up in that grand finals of the Titans division last season. Okay, Teason, just not expecting that at all. And no one, he has to waste a knife on the trip too. Okay, no help from the teammates. Cam's gonna get a lot of info on the site with that. Omen ult. And it's a brawl on site, and one that Meg just can't seem to win. Henzo is sitting in the smoke, and he's gonna drop down. He finds a few, and Pristine finds 3. And yeah, just using the dimensional drift to find where this last player is. They see Sui. He leaves the dimensional drift to Sui. What is going on? Okay, the shots are going everywhere, and Pristine just decides to TP out. Still a shorty in hand, up in heaven. drops the TP from heaven towards a long, but I think Sui's just going to try to fight this. He knows. Got a gun in hand for this Yoru. Can maybe walk all the way to C, and he's going to get away with it. It's going to come down to the 1v1 to decide, is this a great half for Utica, or is Wichita State looking pretty? We're about to find out. Vandal reloaded. Oh my gosh, this trip. It's going to give so much info. They know exactly where he's coming from. Sui's going to be able to position exactly where he wants. He sets up a one-way cage as well. It's going to take a lot out of Prestige to convert this. Here's the footsteps. There comes the flash for backside. Cam's going to tag him up. So wall hacks enabled. And he's just going to play ring around the Rosie. One way is up. He's just sticking it, but there's not a single chance. Sui, another big clutch from the Sentinel player of the Shockers. And what was looking kind of disastrous for them early turns out to a fantastic attacking half for Wichita State.
Yeah, I feel they would be very comfortable with this score right now. Of course, you probably didn't want to give up 4 rounds there, but 4 is nothing compared to what they could have given up, and 8 is looking pretty good. And I mean, all you need is a couple more. Need what? 5 more rounds to bring this back.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see Utica go on this attacking half, but it's gonna be a stack versus a stack. I see 3 players ready to run it down. C long, and 4 from Utica ready to respond in kind. So we'll see exactly what happens. I think it's gonna come down to this stun being held by Marv, and this could be an absolute slaughter. Here it comes. Here comes the util from the breach, and here comes Teason running 2 with the Sheriff and Cams, trying to find the last few. And there's nothing stopping Wichita State right now. What a beautiful pistol round from them. Cam's gonna clean it up, and wow, what an easy win off that read.
Yeah, perfectly read there with the 4-stack heading down. C long, no one heading to garage or anything. Just really perfectly well read and executed by Wichita here. Perhaps they know this map better than we thought they did, and just took a minute to get reintegrated to it.
Yeah, whatever was said during that timeout, I need to know, because I need to tell my teammates that during my ranked games, because for whatever reason, these players look entirely different. They seem inspired, they seem confident, and they're playing so well together right now. See what they can do on this next round. They have a gun advantage. Bullseye just going to farm up that orb for 3, and Sue is just going to take that swing off the crystal being broken, and that's Spike. That's big for Wichita State, and Spike's out open. We can just continue to fight out here. So nice smoke and pick. All right, Wizards is holding a lineup just from spawn. I think. Nope. Okay, no, not going to use it. Never mind. All good. I didn't want to see the lineup either. It looks like we're just walking straight into Garage. Sui gonna silently drop down, try to get into this corner, but I think Manx knows when he turns around, and now it's just everybody down from Sui, almost on for the ace. But look, the team captain putting on a show for us right now. This Cypher has just been going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, definitely knows exactly what he's doing here, at the very least. I mean, that was able to read perfectly exactly where Sui was and just turned around at the wrong moment there. I mean, I think pushing mid kind of alone there with nothing but a classic and shooting that trip was probably not the best idea either. Letting Spike kind of be dropped there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't want your Spike on an island, especially when you have shooters like this on the opposing side, and it looks like another re-aggress down C long. They like going to this, and it's worked for them the last time. So see Teason with the Outlaw on A, so it's going to be actually really hard to take any sort of space. Here comes the re-clear. Utility going to be used up a ton just to try to fight back towards C. It's utility that's going to be wasted. It's already given up. Thanks. I think just tucked into the cubby, get around the op being held, or sorry, the angle being held by Thiessen, and Thiessen might just walk up and be kind of rude awakening. Turns around quickly, but Manx guns him down. So free pick. It seems like they're just gonna go towards C anyways. Tilt from the Euro being used, but here comes the flood retake, and Pristine absolutely ready for it. Finding two of his own, taking out Marv and Cams.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, and it's just the two left standing here. Do have rifles, but against 5 alive from Utica, may not be an angle back into it. Bullseye, yeah, gonna peek with that shoulder. Pristine, 1 bullet's all he needs for that. 3 on the round. He's looking extremely clean right now. He might just find a 4th, and there it is. Oh my! Pristine on fire right now, just looking nasty with that Vandal.
The dimensional fabric.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that we are high up in the Titans division here, with shots like that being hit. Very well played by Utica here, able to get that not so early pick, but first pick on Thiessen before kind of. I mean, they lost a lot of health at the beginning there, but was able to stay alive and really bring this into that 5v2 situation.
Yeah, I mean, just perfect use of your utility, perfect use of the team utility in general. It was just a great fight and great execute from them. Let's see what they can bring this time around. They really need to be, on their A game here. That is the definition of not on your A game, as you just only do damage to your own duelist. So, but nonetheless, they still have Thiessen in a nice position. They decide to push towards A, and I think Bullseye may just be the bait. Yeah, Thiessen gets a nice swing, but immediately traded out. Bullseye have to fight a lot of utility here. They're gonna see exactly where it is, and it's, yeah, nothing. No chance for Bullseye. Good use of dimensional drift from Pristine. Continuing to just rip and tear through this offense, and yeah, okay. That was a bit of an interesting choice, Cams. I don't know if we want to run that one back or not, but going into the aftershock from the breach, I wouldn't normally advise for that. Okay, 2v1. Joey finding a good timing. Spike is down. Joey still has the flashpoint. It's turned quickly, and he hits the shot as well. Sui with another clutch. I feel like that's his 3rd or 4th in this game alone. He's just been absolutely on fire, keeping his team in it.
Yeah, especially so high up for a Sentinel, having a massive amount of kills versus assists, which is not generally what you see. But overall, doing incredible for his team here. As you said, keep those clutches coming, and I mean, he's very well versed in the game. Definitely knows exactly what he's doing here, and keeping it together for his team.
I mean, 17 and 6, and you've played the entirety of your attacking half as a Cypher is crazy. He is looking, absolutely perfect so far. It's exactly what you want. And Thiessen taking out Manx, who's just completely unaware, walking out onto grass.
My potter broke.
No info. And okay, here's a position we've seen Pristine in many times before, trying to fight out sewers. Usually doesn't end up too well for him, but maybe this time it could be different. Here comes the flash from the breach, and it's just Wizard taking them both down. Oh my, that was a bit of a crazy shot, but Wizard, this is his round, and he wants it. Taking out all 3 members so far.
Everyone hiding.
But that info gain, maybe retake not entirely impossible. Here comes the tart. Actually, the smoke comes up at the perfect time. I don't think they know. It's a good flash from Cans, and now it's a 1v1. Joey with the swing, with the readjustment. On all right, not another clutch for Wichita State. Joey, safe hands this time around. It'll come up big.
Definitely still an uphill climb here for Utica. At 6'11", you really don't want to be making any more mistakes. You really can't afford that at this point. Only 2 rounds away from winning for Wichita here this map.
Yeah, I mean they're it's within reach, and the economy kind of teetering because of how many people went down last round. So yeah, you're gonna see knives popped here from Thiessen, and I'm sure that
Cage
timing's not perfect on top. Sorry, for Utica, as you see that Guardian in the hands of Manx. So it's gonna be a really big decider. I think if Utica's able to take this one home, they might just find the next two as well. It's a really aggressive fight here taken by Thiessen, and he's gonna find the first. He may just look for more. Takes out the trip, and I don't think he cares. Everybody knows he's there. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Family photo moment for Thiessen. The whole squad lining up to take him out. And it looks like that's going to be the call to go towards A, but look, everybody from Wichita State is ready, and they're lying in wait. Marv, utility in hand, stuns traded, and Pristine just teleports to the back site, but Bullseye and Sui going to combine for the first 2 picks on the site. Just Henzo entirely stuck. Yeah, he's just going to try to TP out, get towards C site. Of force teammate to run a marathon, and instead Joey gets caught by Bullseye. It's a 1v3 scenario for Henzo. He's had some pretty big rounds throughout this map already, but this is going to be asking for a lot, especially because you still have players like Sui alive. Got a good timing though. I don't think they're going to expect him to walk out right now. No, it's Bullseye just covering him. And he's living up to his namesake. Just a 1 tap with the Sheriff. And that will bring Wichita State to match point.
I think that was a very good round by Wichita here. They were able to read the kind of play here and use Eason's sort of death at there to know that Utica was probably going to then push that site. And was able to make sure everyone was there, ready to defend, and force Enzo to go to C. You had the Sui setup, Sui setup with the cam, and was able to just really read that and get it so that they knew exactly where they were going.
I will be their nightmare.
Deploying drone.
All right, well, I think economy is broken for Utica. It's going to be a really, really tough round for them to try to bring home.
Who's next?
But they have to send the whole house. They got to go with full force, full effort. And luckily, they do just get C-Site for relatively free. It looks like Wichita State just looking to play this retake. Oh, no. It's Joey. He's just going to get gunned down. The Hunter's Fury finding him. So it's a man disadvantage on an already pretty weak side of Utica, and the Pioneers staying on their relaxed legs. Enzo is going to go away scot-free. Maybe finds another. Yeah, this Stinger really doing work. Finally, Bullseye putting him down. Bullseye on for the ace here. He's got 3 in the round already. It's just him and Cam's left. Oh, wow. Nice spam through the box. And it's going to be Cam's wrapping up the last 2 and wrapping up this map 1 for Wichita State. Overall, pretty clean, and not a lot of questions asked. Defense side looking absolutely perfect.
Definitely. Had a bit of a rocky start there, but after that timeout was pretty much perfect all the way through, only dropping a couple rounds. I think it was only 2 rounds after that timeout. Whatever was said, whatever they discussed in that timeout, really they took to heart and were able to bring it right back to where they wanted it to be.
Yeah, I mean, they just really rallied back and really fought hard to get back into it, and once they did, it just didn't seem like anything could stop them. So again, shout out to the coach Zenith. Whatever they said, it just seemed to absolutely click with the whole squad. And now moving into their map pick, which is going to be Fracture, I think they have all of the momentum in their favor. And I definitely think they should have the confidence going into this one. But, you know, anything can really change. For Utica, though, what do you got to change? What do you got to fix?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You gotta figure out some way to combat Wichita at this point. Only dropping only able to gain 2 rounds after that timeout, and just really got to figure out a way to break through their attack, their defense, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of difficult. And I think the only nice thing is that for actually, never mind. Utica picked defense to start on Fracture, so they're going to be actually starting on the back foot. Unless they have something prepped here. I don't think this is normally what people want. But regardless, yeah, they just got to change things up. I think Pristine looked pretty solid. He was hitting his shots in the Yoru, but the follow-up for the rest of his team once he got on the site was a little bit lacking. And when you have that double initiator comp, I mean, you're going against double initiator, it can get a little bit, I don't know, feels a little bit weird when you're not having that follow through. Still, space is, he's making space. He's doing the right things. I think just maybe a little bit more uniform play, a little bit more communication is all that Utica needs. And when we're going into Fracture, I mean, we've seen the comps already. We've seen them in VCT. We've seen them in Collegiate. We see them in ECAC. You know what we're about to expect when we get into Agent Select, and that is Teo plus Breach, and then whatever the hell you want for the rest of the picks, because those two agents just absolutely make this map a living hell for anybody once that spike is down. And there it is.
And, yep, both teams have it locked already.
Yeah, it's been pretty clear. The one question mark I think for Fracture is who do you put in that Sentinel position? Because you know that the Teo is going to be there. And that kind of makes KJ and Cypher not nearly as powerful as you want them to be.
Yeah, definitely.
But you still see Minx lock it in here. I don't know if you like that or not.
I don't know. I don't know if I like KJ with knowing that Teo is probably going to be on the other side here. It's hard to say who I would like. I haven't really seen Vice on this map before, with it just coming back in and Vice being a relatively new agent herself. But I don't know. I think maybe Deadlock might have been the better way to go here.
Yeah, Deadlock would be nice. I think Vice is not necessarily like the worst pick ever, especially since you see Breach gets a lot of really good value out of those flashes because of the amount of walls on Fracture. And Vice can kind of utilize that same thing. And doesn't have to worry about necessarily being on site perfectly. Something that I saw my home school here, Purdue, run in a match the other day was oh my gosh, give me a second. Has the sniper is French. Can I think?
Chamber,
yes, that guy. Oh my gosh, wow, I'm a little bit tired. But I saw them bring Chamber to this map. That's kind of an older throwback pick, but it worked really, really well for them. But here we're actually seeing that. We're not even going to lock in a Sentinel. Who needs a Sentinel? We'll just run, I guess, double controller and make it work. And you know what? Let's see what Wichita has cooked up here, because I don't necessarily hate this.
No, I don't either. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, back when Fracture was in comp rotation like forever ago, I remember seeing Chamber on Fracture a bit here, and we don't really see him being played in competitive sort of much anymore after his nerf so long ago.
Yeah.
We just really haven't seen any sort of play for him very often, if at all. So I do think that that's actually a very smart idea, and I think he gets a lot of use on this map.
Yeah, I do like the double controller. It's kind of, again, when we had Fracture in so long ago, it was that Viper plus Brimstone kind of look. I don't think Clove does exactly the same things, but it does allow you to have more smokes on site, which is always extremely valuable, and you can be a little bit aggressive. Oh, we're already into the pistol, and we're already seeing Wizard opening with a pick. Pristine finding Teo as well, and finding another. And okay, well,
Down and out.
I have no idea how Joey did not find that kill or land a single bullet, but Cam's, you know, going to thank his lucky stars. Unfortunately here, Pristine is not going to find that one. I think that Classic kept the door open, which is a bit unlucky.
Yeah, a bit of a wonky start here, but I mean, first round goes to Utica. Kind of similarly, just the beginning heading their way so far. seemed pretty solid overall, hitting their shots, being able to kind of meet up with Wichita so far. Looking good.
Yeah, it was just an all-out brawl, and the guns just looking better from Wichita. Or sorry, I think it's Utica on defense, right? So
Hmm.
Utica to start. But speaking of guns, Sui, I mean, the last game definitely showed off that he can fire his, and he does right there. Just that opening pick. He's stunned up, and paint shells are going out too. And speaking of stun, so is the entirety of this defensive side as they're trying to flood through stand, unable to do so. But finally, here they break through. Pristine finding two, but immediately traded out. Sui and Cams fighting for two of their own. Up to Manx though. Sentinel
Spike down A.
trying to lock things down. Getting exactly that. It's just Sui left standing, bulldog in hand. Its spike is just stuck. 43 seconds left. I don't know if I absolutely agree with this decision to go across the map through ropes, especially because you have to take so damn long going silently, but
30 seconds left.
it's the play that Sui's going for it regardless. I think Manx is expecting this for whatever oh my, what a timing. Oh, what a timing again. Still, Sui finds the pick. It's 11 seconds left.
10
Tenzo can just
seconds
run
left.
away here.
I got the spike.
Oh, he's just going to get absolutely pushed. It's got to be a perfect shot. It's going to be down to the wire. And he finds it regardless. Okay. All good. Henzo. Give me a bit of a heart attack, but
Yeah.
they convert.
Oof.
They
little
convert,
bit.
right? That's all that matters.
Yeah, a little bit scary there, but able to pull it off. And I mean, we really shouldn't doubt Henzo after some of the plays we saw last map. I also agree with you. A little strange to go ropes, especially with how slow it is to quietly use ropes and how much noise it does make when you're not trying to be quiet. One thing I do like about KJ, especially on this map, is the use of her swamp grenades. Able to really make use of that, I feel, on this map.
Yeah, I think they do bring a lot of value. They make site takes really difficult. You can just lock down specific areas of the map, but unfortunately, Teo can also invalidate that with good utility usage. But here comes the, yeah, that was tough. Unfortunately, the showstopper did come out, and I think it just landed in the middle of everybody, but did not find a single body. So everybody's on low health for Wichita. But they're all alive, and that's more than Sui needs, as he's just going to roll through the other part of the site, just take everybody out. So converting on their buy round with, you know, keeping 3 guns as well. They're doing pretty well economy-wise.
Yeah, definitely. Just really unfortunate Ray's ult there, not getting really any value out of that. You know, was able to lower their health, as you said, but that's not really going to do much at the end of the day if you can't really follow through on that, and unfortunately wasn't in a position to follow through right there.
The fact that you don't even get one, I mean, you got to feel a little bit robbed. Whatever, it's okay. You know what? It's better that Raze is weak with that ult. I don't want to see like everything blown up and big 5-man ulted all the time. But Fracture always has some wonky interactions with Raze. So she is the duelist of choice, and we're gonna see probably why a bit later in this series, or maybe soon. Houston and Pristine have been both kind of shredding people on these duelist agents. But no shredding is going on right now. This spike just goes down with not a single drop of bloodshed. Joey gonna be the first one to swing out engagement. Here comes the Teo utility, and Pristine is just bouncing around trying to avoid all these bullets. And the rocket actually finds Cams. He goes down, and it's Wizard and Henzo, and everybody getting involved on the side of Utica to just take out this attacking side. And a clean retake, only one going down.
Yeah, I mean, definitely playing together a bit more so far as we've seen. Getting a lot of use out of strength in numbers here, pushing out when they need to, and even when Spike goes down, able to do a pretty successful retake, which I'm not sure if we saw too much of on the last map.
No, yeah, which is very strange because Haven is retake heaven. You just go for that almost every single time, especially when you have a breach and a Sova on your team, which I know they did. But you know, it's a different map and it's different agents. Still have that breach, but they look a little bit more coordinated. I couldn't tell you why. I mean, this is Wichita's pick, but for whatever reason, that doesn't seem to matter. Well, okay, it's just a slow push towards arcade. Hank's gonna be stunned up, and here comes the rockets. It's gonna pack up a lot of damage, and Houston's just gonna push right on through. And okay, yeah, that stinger. Movement gap. All I could say is, okay, maybe putting a little more than Houston thought there is just spam through the smoke, finding the next one. Yeah. I think retake is just completely shut down. I don't know what they can do. I mean, look at the utility. That's exactly why Breach, Brim, Teo are just universally locked in. Speaking of Teo, Utica's Teo's able to hit on the site. Finds a pick, but Marv stopped that where it started. And they do take this second round for themselves.
Yeah, I think that the util usage together here, we've mentioned it before, but Breach and Teho together with the stun and Teho's, excuse me, I don't know the names of them also yet.
I know.
His arrows, I'm assuming, I don't know. Yeah, guided salva? I don't even know. But yeah, just able to use those to their advantage really well here. Similarly as you would with a KJ Molly or Viper Molly too.
Yeah. You know, I always say that Teo is a point-and-click adventure, and that time around it definitely was an adventure as Teo just finds 2 picks. Joey really working hard for those, I promise. And Teason just finds 2 in the round, just completely disrespecting with that judge. Nice shot back, trades things out, and defense with the numbers advantage. With Bullseye and Sui alive, there's always a chance in this round. Bullseye's only 1 away from the ult, but so is Wizard. This next pick could be massive. There comes the breach utility. There comes the util from Teo as well, and they're gonna make this planner really work to stay alive. And meanwhile, Sui does find that timing into Defender's spawn, takes out Marv.
This is how it ends.
And here comes Teo ult. Bullseye just doesn't seem to care. That duo just converting on a 1v4? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, both using util and dodging util to their advantage here. I mean, Utica tried their very hardest, dumping both Breach and Teho util on the planter, and just wasn't able to do pretty much anything. I mean, it might have got the heart racing, got the blood pumping, but really didn't do any damage. Neither did the Teo ult here, just able to pretty much dodge it without too much of an issue.
Yeah, I think that Armageddon on a defensive side is a little bit underwhelming. On attack, though, it's so damn good. I mean, just being able to destroy all that utility on site, that's a lot of gains. Bullseye has it in store if he wants to use it. But right now, he's too busy using his gun. Finds that first pick towards drop, and that's exactly where they're headed. Joey trying to slow things down, but Sui is just waiting for him. Wizard unable to trade, and it's just a 2-man advantage now for Wichita State. Light gets down. Relatively no struggle. This retake is not starting to materialize. Decent finds Henzo.
1 enemy remaining.
On towards rope, and Sui finds Wizard as well, and makes, just not able to break in. It's a flawless round. attack for Wichita State starting to warm up once more, 2 in a row now for them.
Yeah, yeah, definitely finding all the holes in Utica's defense here. Just able to get through and read them pretty well, hit those shots, and then follow up on it as well. I mean, not only are they breaking through, you know, getting their ones, but just like being able to follow up on their util usage, on the kills that they get, and playing together pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks exactly like why then. Okay, yeah, surely we get away, right, Enzo? Like, no way we. How many Tejo utility kills is that across the board right now for both teams? Like, we're at least at like 8. Like,
Yeah.
Like, whatever, man. This agent's crazy. This agent is crazy, especially on this map. But okay, Spike is down. It's all 5 alive for Wichita State, and they're continuing just to look like an unstoppable force. Christine gonna go under towards Arcade, and the swing so well coordinated, and nobody stands a chance. On the side of Utica, the Pioneers is getting absolutely steamrolled for the last 3 rounds now.
Yeah, I mean, 2 flawless rounds in a row at this point for Wichita. Just absolutely barreling through any sort of defense that Utica is putting up right now.
It's tough out here.
It is.
It's extremely tough. I mean, Fracture's already so hard to defend on. There's like 3 or 4 angles that players can be entering sights on at any time. You have to cover so much ground, and now they have to deal with Breach utility, Tejo utility, Raise paint shells, and mollies from the Brimstone. It's just seems unplayable. But Utica's going to try to do their best. So is Enzo able to do his best, baiting around the corner with the beacon swinging the other side. Pristine has the showstopper out, but I think
One enemy remaining.
Steps from Bullseye, but not able to shoot the rocket off, so just dies with it in hand. Now it's up to Cam. Sorry, not Cam. It's up to Joey, and they know exactly where he is. Stealth drone gonna ping him out as well, and there he goes. It's another one in the barrel for Wichita State and the Shockers. I mean, man, they look good.
They do, definitely. They know what they're doing. They are feeling comfortable on this map. We can see why it was their pick here. Really feeling they know this map. They know what they're doing. They know their comp. And definitely I mean, Utica is trying. You can tell that they are trying. They are pushing. They aren't giving up. But it is just brutal out there for them. And Wichita just keeps barreling through them.
Yeah. Wichita is just stunning up and rocketing up every single point where people want to shoot from. They've been very good about making sure that it's just no dry swinging. It's disciplined. It's smart. And you can see why it's working. Utica find a way back in, maybe get a round or 2, and Sui's not going to let that happen. Decent trading himself out with the showstopper, and once again, it's just 2-man advantage. Joey in the post plant for Wichita State, make that 3-man advantage as Sui finds the 3rd in the round, and we got to talk about Sui. Like, he's a controller Sentinel player who's just dropping like 17, 20 kills, like a 2 KDA, not missing any shots, and I don't get it, man.
Now we definitely see why Sui is on this team. Is just top fragging pretty much almost the entire game, hitting shots consistently and playing as controllers and sentinels, as you said. Like, it's not as though Sui's playing as a duelist, and you would expect these kinds of plays and this kind of KDA from him, but instead you're seeing this from a controller player, a sentinel, and it's really what you do want from your controllers and your sentinels at the end of the day. Like, it might not be what you expect, but you can't complain about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get like 8 extra kills and get away with it and not die all the time, I mean, go for it. it's absolutely insanity from him. But again, the whole side of Wichita State is just really putting on a show right now. They look so well drilled. So he's just taking all that space, breaking all that KJ utility on A, telling the team to maybe pivot that way if they get stunned up and blocked from going through arcade, and that's exactly what happens. So you see the pivot towards drop. Meanwhile, you got flank being held by Sui. I don't think anybody from Utica is really aware. They're all inside of arcade. They're going to be really slow getting to this A site. It's just the KJ. Manx sitting all alone. And really has no chance of ending this, or stopping this fight from going down. And okay, yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you try to use a lockdown as KJ. Goodbye, your ult's gone. And if you thought that it was just going to be Tejo that could destroy it, you could also use the orbital strike from the brimstone. I mean, your agent is useless, unfortunately. This comp invalidates you.
Prepare for hellfire.
And there goes the orbital strike. They can't walk out of sand. They're just stuck in their spawn. Here's the rolling thunder on top of it. I mean, they're just absolutely bullying them right now. So we fighting Joey. Yeah, and bodies start dropping, but time is already low. And even if they find their way back in, which they don't, there's no chance to defuse. So that's an 8th round and another attack win. I think it's 6 in a row now for the Shockers.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, oh, that was so many ults used up there and just piled on top of each other. What I think is a very big difference here between Wichita and Utica here is Wichita has been able to consistently use util together and follow up on said util, kind of playing off of that utility that they are, again, stacking with each other, where Utica isn't so much doing that.
Yeah, they've been having a really hard time trying to get back into these retakes, but also because of how smart the util usage is from Wichita State. They're holding it for post plant as well. They're not just dumping it all on the execute, and that's just causing a really, really tough situation for Utica to have to play back into. See if they can maybe adapt here on this final round. They're on a bit of an eco. I saw some light shields, mostly rifles, so it wouldn't be too terrible. Yeah, Pristine just trying to go all the way around on the flank, but Bullseye too aware. This Judge on rope. I mean, they just might ignore it. They don't even care about it. They're going to try to push back through on site, and Manx is out for a rude awakening. Never mind, it's decent. It goes down. And the Rolling Thunder from Utica to try to take some space back now. Manx picking up a rifle, finds Mar, Wizard finds Sui, and here comes the defuse. It's just hands alone. He finds the first, but immediately gets traded by Manx. And there you go. It's 4 on the board for Utica finally finding around after what felt like ages. And 4-8 scoreline going into half. Not unwinnable for Utica here as they are going on to their attacking side.
No, not unwinnable, but we did see the same score going into last one, into the last, and then the last map, excuse me, before switching sides, with that 4-8. And I mean, it again is definitely not unwinnable. It is not over until it's over, and Utica is going on to attack side right now, which I do believe they have a bit of an advantage on this map for the attack. So definitely not unwinnable. It is not over till it's over, and they're certainly putting up a fight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can convert. I mean, they have a more, I would say, normal comp, not with the double controller, aka double duelist, because it's a clove. At least the way that Sui's playing it. But I mean, we'll see. They really got to show up and show out. You know, theoretically, the hold from Wichita State shouldn't be nearly as good, but at the same time, it just seems like their guns have just been on fire. Pristine finds that first pick though onto this B site, and Spike gets down without a problem. Time will start ticking here. First engage, maybe towards this rope. Paint shells used to clear that box. And Pristine with a nice swing finds 2. Makes with another. Marv left all alone, able to find 2 of his own, but that's about it. So good pistol round 1, one that Utica really needed. Pioneers trying to find their way back into this game, into this series.
Definitely. I feel they're feeling a bit more comfortable on attack side, and especially on pistol rounds. I feel Utica is pretty confident in their ability to win these pistol rounds, and have been able to win, I believe, 3 of the 4 of them.
Yeah.
So definitely feel a lot more comfortable when they're on even footing with Wichita.
See if they can continue to carry that. I mean, they had the pistol the last half, but this second round they got shredded. It was only 1 that survived. They did win the round, but it wasn't pretty. I don't think they want to do that again. Wichita State is just flip the map here. They're all in attacker spawn, and there's not a single Utica player to be seen. The Pioneers are on the other side of the map. They're in arcade. I guess they'll get some orbs out of this, so it's not really too bad. And honestly, Utica's going so slow here. They might get back all the way to B before it's on the site. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Joey and Pristine underneath this A site. They just shred everybody. Joey with 3 already in it. It's just Marv left all alone in spawn. I mean, nothing you could really do. It's going to slowly walk away. Sheriff in hand. Turn around now here to spike it down, but I mean, you're trying to make a miracle happen. Oh, Manx, don't give it to him. Okay, well, gets his first. And gets rifle for it. Molly's going to force the swing, though. And that's Wizard swinging it up. So, only 1 going down. Should have been a flawless round, but you know what? We didn't see it. We'll pretend that makes. You didn't do that. It's okay. You know what? It all happens to us.
It does. It does. Every now and then you gotta whiff. But overall, I mean, a bit of a ring around the rosy there, with both teams just pushing together through sites and kind of flipping the script here. But really, Utica able to push through and get those picks through arcade and securing themselves that round.
That was really nice gameplay. I think it was a bit of a wonky choice from the defense there. Flipping sights, and okay, well, they again go for the aggressive play, and Pristine's gonna allow all those people to walk straight into his crosshair. And he'll take those fights every day of the week. He's gonna satchel on the tight and bullseye. Yeah, waiting. Gets lit up pretty heavily, and that salvo, yeah, going to stun him up, and not much he can do there. Joey taking him out, and 4v1. It's Sui, so I'm not gonna say anything. You know, things have happened in the past, but this could be a huge bonus round win for Utica on the way. Smokes fade. Manx, playing safe.
Right here.
In main. And it's Joey once more, just taking out Sui. So, within 1. And with an economic advantage going into both rounds, that can tie things up.
Yeah, they are definitely bringing it back. Utica is feeling a lot more confident on this attack side, pushing through any sort of defense that Wichita has put up, and just, I mean, what is it, 3 rounds in a row now? Wichita hasn't won 1 on this half of the game yet. Pretty good for Utica.
Yeah, I mean, they really have battled their way back into it. They do look better. They look coordinated. And they look solid. You know what? Sometimes you just say things as a caster, and then stuff like this happens, where Sui just wants to ruin my whole spiel, my whole day by just finding you randomly on a timing. And okay, it's decent. Like, can we chill? Can we relax? Like, why are we hitting flicks like that right now? You guys have sheriffs. You're going against vandals against full armor. What is happening? They're up 3-2. Spike is down though, so Pristine Wizard can convert. Here's the showstopper. Sui still finds the pick. Are you kidding? And Wizard's gonna just be forced out towards arcade. It's gonna be a molly, and there's just nothing Wizard can do. It's going to be held. He's going to push the molly, and he goes down.
Thrifty.
Oh, no. It's a thrifty
Cheaper
win
if it'd be just me and a bottle
in
of
Wichita
scotch.
State. Taking back that 2-round lead.
They did not want to lose this. They do
No.
not want to lose this. I mean, with sheriffs, I mean, think we saw it last map that they are pretty good with sheriffs. Wichita
yeah,
has the crosshair placement, has the movement, has the game sense to really be able to follow up on any of these sheriffs. But it was still incredible to see every time.
Yeah, I know. So, come on, Utica. We put a smoke deep in spawn. Like, surely you clear that corner. Like, we know what's happening here, right? Like, it's so good. But okay, it's just a ton of utility dumps. It's just Teo just trying to bully the hell out of these players, and that's exactly what happens. Joey getting a ton of value early, finally taken out by Mar, but not before the rest of the team rolls through and cleans things up. It's Sui all alone, left alive, and gonna have to take out all 4 by himself. Spike is down on a site though. Sui was able to reposition. Gotta find this fight on. Oh, please. Oh no. Has the metal to be full health. Has that movement speed increase as well. He's gonna be able to break it up into the 1v1. The alarm bot gonna give info.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh, Sui. You wouldn't dare. Oh, the timing! It's bad! It's bad. It's good for Enzo, though. They're gonna take it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Utica took that last round personally, was not about to let them do it again. But Sui, I mean, I was expecting a hero play there and Sui to bring that back. I mean, ooh, that gets the heart pumping for sure.
Sui.
Incredible play.
He's just gross, man. This is nasty.
Feels like bullying.
A little bit, but I mean, not able to clutch it out, so it's all good. I mean, we haven't reached that complete level of just respect where he just says, hey, you know what? My whole team's dead. It doesn't matter. I'll just win the round anyways. But we almost got there. And that's why that clove can provide so much value, because you just keep topping yourself off with that healing. And I mean, honestly, if he threw the decay out, I mean, it could have just been a 1-bullet exchange and been done, but just the timing was not there. He's looking again to get aggressive. It makes just not letting it happen this time around. So, all right, raid boss gone.
Recalling my boss.
We can safely hit site now and not worry about getting steamrolled by 1 player. And site they decide is B. They're still finding that first pick with the sheriff.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swing together, coming out from Wichita State.
Beacon here.
Dan's gonna push the small. Try to find a good timing. And I think that that site control is firmly in the hands of Wichita. So maybe Utica look to pivot back towards A. The only negative is they had no lurker there. They have no info there. They're gonna have to spend some utility trying to re-clear this
30
space.
seconds left.
I don't know, maybe just have the confidence to think that there's no way they would be here. Bullseye is just in perfect position. Somehow Pristine gets through.
Spike down A.
Bullseye finds Wizard, but that's really all. Cams finds Pristine though on
10
site. Spike.
seconds left.
Hey, it's not gonna be able to get down. I mean, there's just no way. So for the Teo utility. Hey, it's just gonna be a save from Utica.
Looking a bit rougher for Utica now. I mean, they still have enough time to bring anything back. I mean, you're only 2 points, 2 rounds down from tying it up, and only 5 rounds from winning it. But it's, it's got to be a bit rough seeing Wichita's count just tick up and tick up.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. We're getting in desperation time, I think. I don't know if you agree with me, but it just seems like if they can't find it back in right now, and if these hero plays just keep coming out, then it's going to be all but wraps in this series. And here comes the ults, here comes the utility. The Rolling Thunder's traded out from both sides. Wizard cannot move, and neither can the rest of his team. They're just stuck in this door on sand. Marv holding this pixel. Shots of Pristine. It's Traded back and forth, and here comes the showstopper. Decent. Oh, not finding anything.
Smoke's down.
It's just the utility is just causing so much disconnects. Gams and Marv able to find both Joey and Marv. Enzo finally able to find one pack, but I mean, that's some big util gone. And Enzo just caught up by Cams as well, trying to find a little bit of space in sand, but it's just being perfectly taken care of. They're going to try to fight their way back into the stack. I don't know if this is the right decision. Stealth Drone's going to try to clear out the entirety of B. They're not going to hear or see anything, so probably just stay content sitting A.
30 seconds left.
Low smoke. Going to drop in just a couple of seconds. As soon as that happens, you can expect the flash to come out, but it doesn't catch Cams, but somehow they find both. Wizard tagged up just a little bit. You can see Bullseye gonna use the Armageddon. But Wizard has just found himself a little cubby to sit in. Completely safe on site. But he's all alone. Okay. Su tries to walk out. Flow bolts. Doesn't seem to matter. It's Bullseye living on 1 HP. Bringing Wichita up to 11.
Last player standing.
Yeah, I feel, as you were saying, that desperation coming from both teams, honestly, with that bit of that util dump from Wichita at the beginning here. But I mean, they were able to play off of it, really monetize on it, honestly, and I mean, win that last round with a little worry, a little bit of anxiety towards the end there, but with the Clove ult and Bullseye hitting his shots there, I think they didn't have much to worry about at all.
But Bullseye, I mean, come on, getting away with murder, sitting on 1 health. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, again, luck is definitely something that you make for yourself in this game. But that one feels very rough. Okay, it's just another initiator util dump situation. The orbital strike might just find everybody. It does. Okay, Wichita. I see you. I see the absolute, I would say, masterclass of
Last player standing.
gameplay happening right now. We don't actually need to use our guns if we just spam damaging abilities and stuns up on everyone. Again, we've talked about this comp. It's disgusting, and there's a reason why we're seeing it used everywhere. It just seems like if you get caught in the chain of utilities, there's nothing you can do. Enzo's going to try to make a run of it. It's a 1v5. He's found a 1v1. But it's no longer a 1v1. Cam's behind you. He's going to take you down, and even if he didn't, you had decent in store waiting as well.
Yeah. And it's bringing us right back to match point, and it is not looking great for Utica with their economy, with how they're playing right now. I mean, it's a bit desperate for them at this point. I mean, you cannot make a single mistake. You have to be perfect here. Can't. We're gonna see some.
Okay,
early
so
depression.
he's about to just swing the whole team. And somehow he's going to get away with it.
Spike down.
Turns of... Okay, good. All right, well, he got his one.
You
They
should
can still play
run.
smoke, so that's totally fine. There comes the Killjoy lockdown. I'm not sure if this one can get broken or not. Looks like it won't be. They'll just wait it out. I mean, with the breach and Viteo alive, I'm sure there's something that they could have done, but just have to play the timing.
Last player standing.
Manx! Oh my, okay, maybe we just need to give Manx a Guardian because he just found 2 massive picks on the entry for the retake. Tizan's found himself in a bit of an interesting position. I don't know if they know he's here. But that one hurts a little bit. I mean, Pristine was just jumping up and down, and I guess that was just confusing enough because Tizan could not land a shot and gets taken out. So, oops, all good. Mental reset and move on. But you have a 3-round gap, and you're sitting away, 1 round away from just winning the series.
Yeah. I mean, you have a little bit of wiggle room here if you're Wichita. Not too big of a loss on your end, especially when Sui is sitting at 26 kills. currently, and has an operator, I believe.
Yeah, it's just gonna use this op to shut down Arcade alone, and they're just leaving the B site entirely open outside of it. I think they have a read here that it's gonna be A, and they would be correct. And there comes the trade of Util, the Brim Molly, the Tejo Salvos, and the Breach Stuns going up from both sides. So no progress made really anywhere, and finally the call is made to rotate around. But notably different this time around, makes is all the way up towards drop, so you have confirmation that nobody is playing there. Which means if they need to rotate back towards B, they have the option to. But they're going to find that B is free and open. I don't think they're aware that Sui's sitting there with the op, though. Ah, there you go. Pristine. Yeah, finding that pick with the showstopper. So op gone. Sui gone. Probably feeling a little bit better for Utica, but still got a few more seconds to hold down this site once this restart starts coming in. And here it goes. Catch was on. And Bullseye and Cam just picking up these picks one by one. Joey gonna drop that post-plant utility down. You see the breach playing underneath. Doesn't have the Rolling Thunder. It's just gonna be a stun. I think they're gonna use the tail on top of it, but Bullseye might just be able to stick. He's just gonna stick.
Defenders win.
Just waited way too long to use that utility. And there it is. That's gonna be a map win for Wichita, a series win for Wichita. And that just feels a little bit, I don't know, just doesn't feel too great.
No. With that, I mean, having the ult out and just not hitting it. Oh, that's got to feel pretty bad here.
Yeah, and it's just, it's lights out. I mean, Wichita State looking as solid as they were last time around. Bullseye had a very, very good showing, both from a util standpoint, but also from a gunplay standpoint. They all look like they're gelling extremely well. Sui, I mean, really having himself a day, dropping 20 plus kills on both maps, looking deadly on Cypher and Clove. So showing that duality, that the depth of agent pool. I think they're in a good state here, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make another run at the chip this time around this season. I think they want a little bit of different result though from how things went in the fall.
Yeah, definitely. But they are looking, as you said, looking great right now. Very solid team, and taking this one 2-0, which has got to feel good if you're Wichita right now.
Yeah, and speaking about 2-0, that's the opposite of what Utica is sitting at now. They're now 0-2 on the season, but it's not entirely over for them. I think we looked at Titans division last time around, and I think the team that went even was like 4-4, still made the playoffs. So it's just really, really tough, to do well and be in top of these groups. So you can't really feel too bad about it, especially, I mean, you had a decent run at it against Wichita State. They're going to be one of these upper half teams, and I think if you clean a few things up, just work on that utility, and you can definitely get it going. I don't think the ideas were bad. I like the comps that they bring. They just got to get back into the training ground a little bit more and polish things up, and they'll be right there with the rest of them.
Definitely. Utica is definitely looking as a solid team in itself. Was able to put up a pretty good fight against Wichita, especially on Fracture there. But just needs, as you said, a little bit more polishing up, a little more, maybe some communication and use of util. But otherwise, solid team overall.
Yeah. Nothing really to be ashamed of. The result at the end of the day is what it is. But you got a lot more of a season to look forward to. And just like you guys at home have a lot more to look forward to. But unfortunately, this is all I can provide for you tonight. That was it. That's just from us. Wes, I had a fantastic time with you. I'm looking forward to next week's matchup. We'll see it when we get it. I don't know what it is yet. Hopefully, we can continue to roll along these Titans division games because they've been super exciting to cover. I guess, that's going to be it. Catch us tomorrow. We got some Rocket League going on. I don't think I'll be on the cast because I'm pretty sure, rumor has it, that Purdue will be playing in that match. So make sure you go out and support them. Don't say that I said that. No bias at all. And other than that, though, thank you all for tuning in once again. It was a fantastic night, fantastic showing. Always love casting Valorant with you, Wes. Thank you, Damien, my GOAT observer and producer. Thank you all for watching. That's good night from me. Unless you got anything to add.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to cast with you. Valorant is so much fun to watch, especially in the Titans division. So thanks for joining, and good night.